So, I'll talk about something that's been trending, and a lot of us just assume and talk. GMO, genetically modified organisms. Okay. Before I define the reason, the name. Okay, let me go straight. What's the full meaning of GMO? GMO means genetically modified organisms. Okay. What is that? What are genetically modified organisms? Genetically modified organism, in layman's term, is anything that is adjusted by the DNA or genetically to enhance the growth or performance of that thing is. So that's what genetically modified. Now, a gentleman called Bill Gates, many of you know Bill Gates, the richest man in the world at one time, felt, okay, I've made enough money. Let me think of how I can contribute and help the world. Okay. And he said, okay, I've looked at the world. There might be in future, there will be hunger, food shortages and all that. And where is the place that had the largest landmass? He said Africa. Now, even though it's doing around the world, let me go to Africa. Now, there's something is sort of called AGRA. Some people call it AGRA, Alliance for Green Radical Africa, Green Radiation Africa. It's called AGRA anyway. So it's set up as an NGO that him and his wife, Melinda Gates, are sponsoring and supporting. Now, what's the function of that group? The function of that group is to set up labs, you set up technicians, food experts, agroeconomics, agro technicians. And what do? They study, they take plants and say, okay, how can we produce more? If we do produce 6 in a year, how do we produce 12? How do we produce 24? If we produce one of this in a year, how do we enhance the growth? That's what GMO is. Now, along the line, there comes Monsanto. There's a company called Monsanto, which has been taken over by, I think, by Bayer. And there's a Corteva, there's genetics, each of. In Nigeria, one of the prominent companies that many of us do not know is called IITA, is in Ibadan. Beautifully run company. That's what they do. Now, I want to say, now what the example of GMOs? Before I go to that, I'll give you an example. I was thinking of going into farming last year, agric especially. So I started asking before I do any business, who was doing it before. So I saw a neighbor. They told me someone that lives in my estate has a farm somewhere in Ekpe. So I went to meet him and invited me over to his farm. I looked at his grows chickens. So I asked him a question. I said, between when you buy the little baby chicks, or what do you call it, and when it grows, how long does it take? And he said depends on what you feed it. He said between 4 to 6 weeks, it goes to the table. I was surprised. I'm like, really? And I asked him, naturally, how long will it take? He said about 6 months, maybe 4 to 6 months, depending on how you feed them. Natural. Now, it now took me back to when I was in England. I used to like these local chickens they sell in Peckham Market. Was it Peckham or Lewisham? I can't remember. We used to go and buy these Turkish people. I used to crave for local chicken.